It has taken another turn, more of a darker turn. It was already kind of dark, but now it's for sure another like just taking another turn. So yeah, he was like his friends Rob and Carrie invited him to a party. He was living with a girl named Naomi. His friends invited him to a party at the beach. He don't like parties. Naomi couldn't come. He still went to the party, which is apparently assumingly where he met Clementine. That's what he said. So it was like, all right, start with the most recent memory, work backwards more or less. And then he sits down at the machine and they got to put all these objects and anything that he had that reminded him of her, had any association of her, they put it down. He goes to start telling the story and he's like, hey, we don't need you to tell a story. We were trying to make this map of your brain. And so it's almost like when he sees the object, parts of his brain will light up. And so they just make it, and then so that's the thing. I guess they go in and try to like get those parts or whatever. The guys come in, and then it starts to do the whole little thing. Now, whenever it does this whole little mashup thing, it's like he himself is in this moment that he's already experienced. So he was like, oh, this is like deja vu. So he walked back into the whole room with the doctor and his and third where they're supposed to be like doing the map of his brain or whatever. And he was like, okay, I see myself right there in the chair talking to you and this and that third. And it's almost like reliving it, but it's not reliving it. And then something kind of like erase it, kind of like he would kind of sort of in the moment and see himself, but he'll also be like almost experiencing the moment twice. And then it kind of like will just like get erased type of thing. Something goes away, whatever. So, a couple things. The two guys who were in the van, who was supposed to go in and do the whole little mind racing memory procedure. It's what do they they're not that they're doing faulty, but it's like you know certain stuff you can't just like not do a good job, like or you got to be on point with certain stuff because the guy was basing on some stuff like yeah I'm not erasing everything up to par right now or tonight, and it's like you can't do that, like that's not okay, because he keeps like the person he's working with is like how do I say the person he's working with he keeps having to tell him like, yo, like check the voltage, do this and do that. Like we don't want to roast the guy, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, is the voltage doing this? He keeps saying Patrick this, Patrick that, Patrick. Like he keep like having to tell the guy like, yo, you gotta focus, man. We gotta do this. Like we can't be da 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 boom. Like we gotta get through this whole thing. We gotta finish this tonight. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is supposed to happen so that you wake up and you don't know anything about the other person because you raised that person. So he keep having to like tell like, yo, check the voltages and this and the third, boom, boom, boom. And so like he's basically like kind of sort of going through and like remember when they put the object in front of him, like parts of his brain would like light up. And so like they basically like map those parts. I guess like it's like when they did it originally it's green. So they go back doing like make it red and like and like I guess like erasing parts of the memory. And so they're doing that. But the guy Patrick just keep on talking and doing this and the third. So he's like, man, look at this place, it's kind of like a dump. And he's like, it's just so stale and lifeless. And the guy's like, bro, it's an apartment. Who cares? Like, you don't live here. Like, what do you? And then he was like, now here's where this is why I say it starts to take a turn. It goes a little bit dark. So then he was like, remember that girl we did last week? The one with the potatoes? Nah, I should have made mention of this because they did like show it, right? They did show it. And so it was on some, like when he went to her house, they did show the potatoes. Like she does like these little potato figures. So like, remember that girl we did last week? The one with the potatoes? Why you bring this up talking about this? He was like, yeah, after that night, I kind of fell in love with her. And the boo was like, bro, what? Are you, like, why are you, like, this ain't there? He was like, not only that, he was like, she was unconscious, bro. What are you talking about? He was like, well, yeah, she was beautiful. It get weird, bro. It get weird and it get dark, right? He was like, bro, she was unconscious. He was like, yeah, well, she was beautiful. And it was like, okay. So that confirms what type of work she does. Then, now mind you, they're not doing the procedure all the way correct. Like the voltages was this and the third. So like it's almost like, you know, like when they do surgery on somebody and they got anesthesia and the person got to go to sleep. But there's like stories of people who like they didn't do it all the way correctly, and so because of that, the person might be they like because the anesthesia supposed to put you all the way to sleep, but there'll be people who like will be conscious during their surgery and can feel what's happening, but their body can't move or react. They can't wake up and do anything. So it's basically like one of them type of journals. Like, so basically, he's hearing some of their conversations, but they're actively trying to erase the memory of the girl too. But the dude keep talking. So he was like, remember that girl we did last week? It's like, yeah, I fell in love with her. I took her panties. They were clean. He was like, bro, so unethical. What? Then he was like, I went to her job. And no. But then he was like, yeah, but she was dating him. So then it's like, cause now he's putting together, he was like, yeah, remember that girl? Like, and then, cause he also asked, do you think this guy's more attractive than me or whatever? And this and the third. And he was like, boom. So it was like, bro, so they did her last week or whatever. Now, mind you, this is like it's supposed to be like, I guess like a week later, and so like technically, they play this other little scene with him and her talking, with Joel and Clementine talking, and she comes in drunk, and this and the third, boom, boom, and he might again remember how they met. They met on some. She was like, "Hey, you want to come in for drinks?" And da da da. And then when he gets in her house, he's like, "Oh yeah, so like, remember, it makes the seduction part a little less repugnant. This and the third, boom, boom, boom." So, it's like fast forward. There's like, he was like, "This is the last time that he saw her." And so this like, cause remember he's supposed to be telling the memories to get to the guy like, oh, and she said, tell me the last memory and then work backwards. So last time he saw her, they had an argument. She came in and da 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 boom boom boom. So she laid out on the couch and she's like, yeah, I kind of just wrecked your car. I kind of like it just ain't there. She's like, oh, it's just a little scratch. He was like, fuck. He was like, you was like drinking? He's like, probably ran over somebody. Just ain't there. Maybe you check the news to see like what did you do? Like probably on the news what you done did. So then she was like, you're such an old lady. You're such a grandma or something. He was like, you're a wino. She's like, what? Is this the 1950s? A wino? Is that what you're calling me? A wino? And then she was like, let's be honest here. The only reason you're mad is because you think that I fucked somebody else tonight. And so then he looks at her and he's like, no, I kind of just assumed that you did, because that's how you get people to like you. And then she was like, and then so she gets up and basically she's like, here's your keys, I don't need these. So she's basically like getting her stuff to like leave. So she basically like storms out, and then so like these are like things that are happening. You kind of see like, okay, how did it tie the beginning of the movie? Because when the movie started, he just woke up and his car was messed up, but he didn't know how. So she like so apparently like when she parked it or whatever, she crashed it like or just like ran the whole side of it into like the little fire hydrant. So she storms out the house. This was it. So the last time he saw her was an argument. She storms out the house, or the apartment, whatever, and which I think is his place. He gets into the car, and he's driving. He was like, "Okay, let me give you a ride home. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Did that, boom, boom, boom." And she was like, "Da da 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 da, boom, boom, boom." So like, there's this whole little, like, so this whole little part, um, hit the corner or whatever. He's like, "Well, fine. I'm gonna have you erased. I'm erasing you from memory. You did it to me first. I get it. It's only right to do to you, whatever." The whole memory erasing thing. Um, and so like, it's kind of weird, like, but they're doing this thing where it's like, basically like he goes to turn or whatever, and he stops the car, gets out, and he's on the street, and so like, it's like the building, and so like, mind you, he stops at one corner, he's walking down the whole building is on the third, and then when he gets to the other side of the corner, it's like that his car is also there too. So it's like, bro, my car is back there. Why is my car over here? And so it's like this whole little thing of like being in a memory, and then it's like kind of sort of erasing at the same time, but he can hear what the people are, whatchamacallit. So like it goes to another little scene, and like, so another little scene like where he's talking to her, he's like, "Somebody's here," and he was like, "He stole your panties," or something like that. Because mind, this would have been like whatever happened like the week prior to them officially like breaking up, or whatever. The last time he saw her, something happened like the week, and so this is also the guy who knocked on his window. Because remember, in there was a part he went to. Him and Clementine had, from what they showed, they went onto like the Charles River where it was frozen and it was on the little whatever. And he went to drop her off, and she was like, "Okay, well, can I sleep with your please? Let me go get my toothbrush." So when that, remember, this is the beginning of the movie before it makes that whole cut, and it's like, bro, what's going on? Before he started crying in the car. So somebody did knock on his window and say, "Can I help you? Like, what do you like? Do you need something? What are you here for? Like, what are you doing around here?" And I think just making certain connections, I think it was that guy. So yeah, this is the first 40 minutes or so, because like this is you gotta pay attention to certain stuff because it's coming back and it's on some. When it comes back the second time, it's like, whoa. So now, if I'm assuming right, on the right track, it would be like the guy who knocked on the window is the guy. So apparently, I'm not sure the other guy was there. Well, they might both work. Yeah, they both work there. The two guys who work at the memory erasing place slept with his girlfriend. Then, that one of them is the one that knocked on the window. Patrick, that's his name. And so, mind you, it's still like piecing this whole little thing of like, cause he went to go give her a gift, a Valentine's Day gift, but when he gets there, the other guy is at Clementine's job, and she kissing him, like, "What you doing here?" And don't even remember him. And so he like, "Yeah, she was just kissing this guy, and I never even exist. Like, she didn't even know me." So this Jane it took a entirely another turn. This is the first 40 minutes. I'm not sure. There's things that have to get cleaned up or explained, but this is just on some. This is why you wouldn't do that. Like, part of it seemed like a thing to do, right? Like, y'all just want to erase this person from my memory. Fine. But then, if the people who are supposed to do this don't do a good job, just for whatever, on the day that your procedure comes, they don't do a good job. And as much, and it's like for the whole, like the guy talking, and then like he's comparing himself to him, like is this, you think this guy's more attractive to me, or this, that, and the third, boom, boom, boom? Because mind you, he's also very confused about this whole thing because, you know, when they first kept talking, he kept saying nice. And she's like, do you know any other adjective besides nice? And then after a while, she kept saying nice. She's like, oh, I gotta stop saying nice, like this and third. And it was like Joel Barish, which is Jim Carrey's character, he was the nicest guy she ever met. So, and then it was one of those like, so that's why another reason he's confused. Like, I was the nicest guy she ever met. Like, because they told her like, bro, she was unhappy. She wants to move on. And he was like, how? Like, what's in the third going on? So you kind of see like how he was living, how she was living. You're getting glimpses of like how either, because for him he was like, yeah, nothing really had like, because in his journal, he was like, yeah, I guess I haven't touched my journal in like 2 years. And it was like, there was a whole bunch of blank. Oh, and so I remember in the beginning, so he had to rip this stuff out and give it to the people to take out all the memories of her. So when he was at the beach, he did say, he's like, I ripped the page out? I don't remember doing that. This is like in the first 10 minutes, he was like, I ripped the page out? I don't remember doing that. And so he's there, and he's like, I guess I haven't written anything in like 2 years. And then it was, so I haven't written anything in like 2 years. And what else did he say? Ripped the page out, haven't written anything in like 2 years. Oh, when he was talking to her, it's like, yeah, I don't do anything, I just go to work and I come home. That's my life. I just go to work, come home. So he was like, I'm not that interested in this and that third, boom, boom, boom. So this whole thing, bro, this is really like, it really is messy. One, the other guy, kind of sort of getting caught up in this. He ends up sleeping with his then girlfriend or whatever, which would now be his ex-girlfriend. He's trying to erase from his memory. And this guy's saying all of this stuff. And what the other guy is saying is all weird, like, and it's very like, bro, because the other guy's like, what did you mean? Like, so all the steps and actions he's taken, the other guy who's also supposed to be helping erase his memory. So that's a whole nother thing too. Because mind you, his friends got a letter and said, hey, this woman has erased this man from her memory. Don't mention it to him. They got a letter. So, like that's one of them things where it's like, and mind you, like the friend, the guy, his name is Rob, that was his friend. He got tired of this. He got tired of like hearing his story and it's like that, like, bro. And he basically tells him, so like that's another thing. Like if your friends are just in our, like friends listen, like, bro, should we tell him? Do we tell him like this and that? So like these are things that's happening. This genre is this movie a little bit crazy. Because I'm also trying to like, you got to think of how you relate to certain things, and then just applying this one. Man, yeah, this one movie. Because I had to be honest. Right now I'm a little bit uncomfortable. Right now I'm a little bit uncomfortable going forward. Because again, she was whatever, and she had just slept with 2 other dudes the week before, and so them having this little art. So when what he said to her, there was validity in what he said to her. She got mad at it, but why she get mad at it? And with the whole issue, like, so there was validity in what he said to her. He was like, no, I just assumed you fucked somebody else. I just assumed you did. Because that's how you get people to like you. And so, yeah, it's one of those, and again, like, let's say you dating somebody, right? And they go mess with somebody else. And then the other person that they mess with catch feelings for them. That's what the other guy is saying, right? He's basically saying like, yeah, I messed with this girl. She had a man. Well, now he's found out that it's him, and that and he caught feelings for her. Like, and so these are like, this whole little service exists, but these are actual like real things. So that is actually also, and I've heard this before, and like if you the validity of whatever, but like a person going out to cheat, and then one of the people that they cheat with catch feelings for them, that puts that person in a whole nother, realm or space. Because what if that person, for whatever reason they cheated, right? They wasn't expecting like, oh, this person got emotions for me. I gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like they probably wasn't expecting to deal with this person that much, whether they were mad and they did something off impulse or whatever. And it's like, this not supposed to be nothing serious. And so the person that they cheated with caught feelings. And then now it's like, oh, you got two people that, and then what if she ends up catching feelings for the other person? You know, the person that she cheated with. And technically, she made a bad move. She did something off impulse. She makes a bad move. She did something off impulse. So now but she kept cheating. So now she got feelings. She got feelings. She has feelings for two people. And the other person, she can't even really justify just and third. But now she just like two people at the same time. And now she fucking both of them. And when issues arise, it's like, well, shoot, she got somebody else that she can just go be with. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I actually felt kind of sort of uncomfortable going through this movie. Like, damn, bro. Like, I don't know what's about to happen. Because it's all whatchamacallit. Because now he is like, it's again, they're not doing the procedure right. And he can hear, so he's hearing. Bro, there's a lot of like like the clair people, the clairaudient people. This is one of those type of Jones where it's like, if you watch or see something, movies, anything, you watch something, and then like you can pick up on messages. This is when people talk about the clairaudient, claircognizant people, when they're able to like watch a movie, hear a song, and it can apply certain shit and be like, or they be knowing certain shit because of the things that they're watching and hearing. If this is what this